Okay, June 21st, 2019. We're looking at the Northeast Pacific water vapor loop. Today in the Los Angeles area, we had a light drizzle, light rain, totaling so far 0.11 inches. Okay, so that's good. Good news. But what we see here is high pressure is still installed in the southwestern area of the U.S. and out over the eastern East Pacific. And we can see that all this weather moving east is having to ride up and over this high pressure. And what's happening here is all these weather systems are dropping back down into the central part of the country and generating a lot of severe weather. In fact, some of the worst flooding we've ever seen. In fact, the corn crops throughout the nation, throughout the Midwest and the central part of the country are basically wiped out. They're underwater. And so we're going to see some very, very high food prices here in the next several months because of the fact that corn is a base stock for many, many products, food products. And so this all could be prevented, and I'll show you why. What we're seeing here in this map is a half-assed attempt to superheat and destroy this thunderstorm cell here over Nebraska, or rather Kansas, Nebraska, and out over Iowa, Missouri, it looks like. Right here. Look, notice the blast pattern. Let's get the camera centered. There we go. Right here we see the blast pattern, that pressure ring right there, and the icicle pattern. Let me see if I can get this thing, stop this, and we'll scroll through it frame by frame. We can see the right here, it's hit right in this area, starting to break down. We see that pressure wave starting to develop. Now we see a blast pattern and a pressure ring right here beginning to develop. And the problem here is that these weather controllers are using less than sufficient power to kill this developing thunderstorm system. So they're using insufficient power, and that's done deliberately, so that when I do these videos, I'll point this out. At least it looks like they're making an effort, but the fact is that the power, it's all about the power. It's all about the RF power or laser power. That if they're using lasers, this could be done with laser or microwave, coherent microwave. And so this is what we're seeing. So there is an attempt being made to target this area, this storm system. Let's look at the bigger map here. We can see the western U.S. water vapor map. We see a separate weather system right here that has a right angle imprint on it, by the way, right there. We can go back to this map here and take a look at that. Well, actually, that doesn't show it too well. Right here. The point is that this high pressure that's been installed in this area is preventing this weather from moving into California. It's riding up and over and back down and causing historic flooding. So we've got, like I say, historic rainfall totals, softball size hail. All this could be prevented by superheating this earlier in the sequence with much more power. And of course, if they did that, then we might see flocks of dead birds, like I've reported on in the playlist. If you look at the channel's playlist, there's a video showing many, many instances of thousands of birds being found in different areas around the country. And the news media doesn't seem to have any answers for that, but I think that we can connect the dots. So there it is. That system is being superheated. And if there's anybody living in this area, report if you have any flocks of dead birds, because these lasers and microwave can certainly cause not only the water vapor in the air to boil and superheat, but also the water in your bloodstream. And birds that are flying through the beam of the transmission, the RF transmission or laser, can be affected, just like clouds. Anything with water in it is affected. And so that's why the likelihood of microwave being the tool is more likely than laser, because microwave heats water very effectively at various frequencies, mainly 2.4 gigahertz and other frequencies. All right, let's look at the big map, and we can see that, by the way, this area of high pressure this is stationary high pressure. We have eastbound movement of the weather, and we can see it's not progressing past this point here. And so this area of high pressure changes the evaporation rate at the ocean surface. So this heats the ocean. We see a change in the evaporation rate. And so evaporation creates water vapor as the water rises up off the ocean, and that creates clouds and thunderstorms like we're seeing down here. There's much warmer water down in this area in the eastern East Pacific than there is up in the northern Pacific. All right, so that's the report for today. Let's go ahead and look now at the Doppler map, and we can see right here, this is where all that severe weather is occurring. This is a very large area of thunderstorms through Missouri, Illinois, and this passed earlier today through Kansas and also Oklahoma, also up through Colorado and Wyoming, up through Nebraska and through the Dakotas. We see a lot of, up here in the Dakotas, we can see a lot of weather as well. Look at this low pressure system over Montana. So we'd like to hear from the people up in Montana and find out what's going on up there. It looks like there's some severe weather right up here near Glasgow. Okay, so that's the report for today. We'll try to do more frequent updates. Okay, that's it.